Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the ProDota Season 6 Upper Bracket Semifinals. This is a best of three between Dragon Slayers and Shazam. Looks like we are going to be going in for the same draft as Game 1. This is obviously a remake. Hopefully things go pretty quickly. There was a lot of mess trying to figure out where the players were, how the lobbies were getting in. I ended up being the admin of this series. I'm not sure how that happened. Either way, I'm going to be your caster, Annie, aka Android, and I am being joined by Sindar. What's up, man?
Well, this isn't the first time Windows 10 has ruined someone's life, and it won't be the last, but we're in it now. We're back into the game. Hopefully, we can power through this draft really quickly now, and there won't be any more delays. If there's a pause in this game at all, I may just pull my hair out, but we're fine. It's fine. It's fine. Should be a good series. These two teams very evenly matched, so should be some good Dota once we actually get to play it.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have time for pauses here, as I'm not sure. I believe Shazam, although maybe it's Dragneel, have a summit match in about an hour and a half, so they have got to power through this best of three series. I'm expecting to see, if not in this game, at least next game, some real deathball heroes.
Yeah, or, you know, potentially they could even just look at delaying the summit match.
Yeah, but that's more mess.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but I'm looking at the schedule. It doesn't look like DC have any other games today, so that is possible. Hopefully we won't mess up their day too much and we can get this underway. And who knows? You know, it could be a snowball. One team could absolutely crush it, so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Alright, so going into third pick here, I believe we had a Bane.
Yeah, it was a Bane.
Yeah, and then the next pick, we were stuck on this one. This is where it all went down, where Brax's computer kept crashing because of Windows 10. But it will be a Lifestealer picked up. I like that core a lot. I think TC, you mentioned his playstyle of sit back, get the farm, go in a very calculated manner, don't take big risks, and that's a playstyle that Lifestealer really excels at.
Yeah, he's also really great against Commist. He's got Rage, so the early Radiance won't bother him as much. He's also always great against tanky cores because Feast gives you more health back. And he's already got a Quap and a Lion and a Doom in the game. Quap has a Blink. Lion and Doom will probably want to buy one. And so there's lots of options for him to get into a fight if they want to do.
And there's the Weaver, like I suggested half an hour ago. So
yeah,
it will be Mason playing the Weaver. And a nice counter to Lifestealer. Lifestealer, his weakness is that he is very kiteable. And a Weaver, one of the best heroes to do that, just because you cannot stay on top of him. And right now, there is a little bit of lockdown for him in the Lion Hex and Stun. But other than that, there actually isn't much. Quap will probably need an Orchid, but if this Weaver gets a quick Lincoln Spear, then they run out of ways to deal with him pretty quickly.
Yeah, and you're always going to need either sentries or dust to keep the Weaver under vision, and Lion is inherently a very poor support, so forcing him to get those items, forcing Doom or even Quap to pick up those items means that Lion is going to have even slower progress. He won't get a Mana Boots or Ether Lens till like 20 minutes into the game, so we'll have to see how much that sets him back.
Exactly, yeah, and he is going to, well, we're assuming, it could still be Doom offlane. If he does have to play the 5, this is going to be a very sad Lion. But if it is going to be Brax in the offlane on that Doom, then maybe they can pick up something else. Ancient Apparition is banned out, smart ban from Dragon Slayers, but you could potentially be looking at a different hard 5 hero. Crystal Maiden, never mind. It's a hero that they picked up in the past, but against this lineup, it's pretty awful. So the game delay has clearly affected my brain.
A last ban tied from Dragon Slayers.
The game delay has affected all of our brains. I hope we just get in. I'm very much expecting to see games full of action, rune contests, and lane stomps and early rotations, because both teams need to end this game relatively soon. Now Dragon Slayers onto their last pick here. They've got their support duo. Assuming this is a mid-alchemist, we are going to need to pick up either an off-laner or a safe laner, because Weaver is very sustainable in both. Can be left solo, can be partnered up, so we'll have to see what Dragon Slayers go for here.
Yeah, and it's actually a little awkward because a lot of the really strong offlaners are banned. There's no Tide, there's no Beastmaster, no Prophet, no Darkseer, no Batrider, and no Timbersaw. So their options actually relatively thin on the ground. Maybe they go back for something a little unconventional because it definitely seems like all conventional options have been taken out. Maybe Puck off lane is a possibility to give you some control for the Weaver. What else could they run?
Venomancer off lane.
Oh boy.
That would just don't listen to me. That's the worst idea I've had in a long time. I mean, I think some of the tankier options like a Bristleback or a
Bristleback might be good, yeah.
Centaur off lane. I just think they're too big and beefy. You've already got the Alchemist as your frontliner, as the big guy. You really don't need that initiation power from the Bristleback because you've already got sustain.
Hey, here's what they could do. They could run an offlane Phoenix.
Love it. Love everything about it. And I think that would give both Earth Spirit and Bane the position to build just a little bit greedier because Phoenix will be there to buy up wards or tranquils or whatever else they need to be considered, a soft core lineup, I guess.
It really might not be a bad choice here. You've got the dive to get away from the Lifestealer when he rages you, and a hero who has already been proving herself to be incredibly strong. They'll actually go for a Sand King.
Yeah, and one of the reasons Phoenix may not be ideal there is just because Lifestealer does have that rage, so able to go in and not get burned down by the egg, able to burn it down very, very quickly. But Io is going to be the last pick here, so Io Lifestealer combo, we don't have official tags in this game, so that'll be pretty interesting to try to decipher who's who. I think I have some of them written down, but there might be some guesswork going on. So we are finally in Game 1 of this best of 3. I'll go ahead and take you guys out of HUD jail. There we go. And I think I have a better handle on what's going down on Shazam in terms of who's playing who, but again, nothing is locked into stone.
Yeah, Dragneel, it's always a little tricky. These guys do not like using their official names at all, so hopefully we can make it all make sense. Snaking on the offlane Sand King.
It'll be Mason playing the Weaver.
So I guess that leaves
We Lost GG is Supercell.
I believe on the Bane.
Yes, we think it's Supercell. He's tagged up as We Lost GG. Not entirely sure what's going on there.
And then so it'll be KYH on the Earth Spirit and Ritsu on the mid Alk, I guess.
Yeah, and then we also have, you called up Mason on the Weaver. I believe the AFK for 41 minutes might be a reference to our admin. So,
oh dear.
Because that was not his name before the game started. Oh, golly. Well, on the side of the Radiant, we have One Direction, who is Brax, going to be playing that offlane Doom. MSS, tagged up appropriately, is going to be on that mid-quap. TC, as TC, on the carry Lifestealer. VVV is going to be stand-in Vlad on the IO, and Fun is going to be Jason, supporting on the Lion.
Now, good luck remembering all of that in a team fight, but we'll do our best, guys.
They're all going to get called their heroes, let's get real.
Yeah, totally.
Alright, so we are finally into it. Again, this has been a long-awaited series. We are now about an hour and 20 minutes delayed, but no big deal here. We got some good old NA Dota to bring you. Again, this is a best of 3 in the upper bracket semifinals of the ProDota Season 6. I am Annie, that's Sindar. Let's get on into it, because again, I'm expecting a lot of blood to be shed.
Yeah,
And I'm really curious how
this laning is going to work out, whether the IO on the Radiant is going to
mostly hang around MSS in the mid, or if he's going to be paired up with the Lifestealer.
He can potentially be bottom and just stack camps for TC to farm with Infest once he gets it.
But he can also do the same thing for MSS in the mid lane.
I guess it's more just down to what lane they decide needs more support. MSS should fare decently
Against the Alchemist.
and against the Sand King, Lifestealer should do okay, but the Sand King could get a lot if they don't pressure him a lot. And if they actually stack for TC in the jungle, there's always the risk that Sand King might come in and take that once he gets some levels up in the Sandstorm. So,
Alright, looks like we could have a rumble down here at this bottom rune. We're 15 seconds pre-horn. Weaver is still holding onto that skill point. Earth Spirit has gone for that rolling boulder, looking to have some initiation point at the rune, but we do have an IO here for sustainability. They're going to be bringing in everyone here. All 5 heroes are going to be going through. We have Weaver going to be going through. Mason taking some damage. There will be a roll in here. There's going to be a nice Earth Spike connecting onto 3. Looks like so far Vlad in some trouble. They're going to be getting a kill onto the Earth Spirit. There's nothing he can do. He can't roll away. First blood goes the way of MSS on the backlines. The runes did go for a 1-1 split, but very, very nice having that Queen of Pain start out with that little extra bit of gold and XP for that blood.
yeah, the Radiant's team fight just a little bit stronger. Like you said, the IO there with the regen. Also, they have some really great level 1 abilities. The Lifestealer did have to level up Open Wounds first, which is not ideal, but
In the safe lane position, it's also not the end of the world.
it looks like you actually will be against a dual lane, the Weaver and the Bane. This is not what I was expecting.
We've got some pauses here to
God.
destroy the last fragments of my sanity. But, yeah, either way, mid lane, how does the Alchemist survive this? Because MSS, Queen of Pain, is notably one of those fantastic heroes going against the Alchemist, having that spam harass of the Shadow Strike, able to stay back from Alchemist's acid spray. And with an IO there to help out the Quap, how does the Alchemist keep up with this even remotely?
He doesn't for now. He needs that
Pointer to an Acid Spray to even contest MSS. And Acid Spray
annoys Quap. She doesn't have a great deal of HP, but she does have the regen from the IO, which makes things a lot trickier for Ritsu. I will call him by his right name when I can remember to. I really want to see them bring some support over for him, because him getting off to an early start is going to be important for them. If they don't support him in lane, they at least need to give him some stacks in the jungle to enable him to come back once he gets a 6 online.
Alright, so we've got, who's on the Earth Spirit again? It's,
KYH.
KYH is going to be on the Earth Spirit. Let me just write that down so I don't forget.
And it looks like it will be a complete lane swap, as now Brax on the offlane Doom has come down to the safe lane to match up against this Weaver Bane lane, while TC on the farming Lifestealer is now appropriately matched up against Snaking in the offlane. So more or less standard lanes, just moved around to the opposite sides of the map they're normally on, but as far as hero matchups, it's standard.
Yeah, so up top, I really like Snaking, what he's doing here in the off lane. He has leveled up 2 points into that Caustic Finale. We've seen it get so gross and yucky, but now Fun is here, has that Earth Spike, has the Hex. We've got the Lifestealer with that 1 point in Open Wounds. Maybe they try to make something of this. Snaking going up, there will be... Okay, we got double spikes! It's going to be Earth Spike mixed with that Impale. Now Snaking trying to TP out. Can they break it? They don't have that point in the Hex from the Lion. He had no mana, so it will be a free getaway for Snaking. And now he's going to be back, healing up, ready to go back into the lane. Meanwhile,
It was a bit of a misplay from Snaking there.
You want to save the Burrow Strike till when the Lifestealer Open Wounds you, so you can get away while the slow is on you and open the gap, but because he doesn't do it, he doesn't have any escape mechanism. And if the Lion had the Hex there, that was a kill for sure. So he can't be giving that away. Can't do that again.
We are going to have Brax here slap away at We Lost GG, doing some serious damage now in Bane. He does have that Nightmare, he does have that Brain Sap, opting to go for the Brain Sap, and now Brax, he's beefy, but he has to back off as he doesn't have anyone to support himself in lane.
Still got 2 points in Scorched Earth, as well as that Salve if he really needs it. So, We Lost GG, otherwise known as Supercell,
is not going to be able to zone him. Actually, Mason coming in, the Nightmare's there. Maybe they can actually... No, just harassing him, keeping him out of XP range.
Back to the mid. We've got MSS doing some serious damage here onto the Earth Spirit. And Earth Spirit, he's built himself up a lot of regen, but he's nowhere near boots, he's nowhere near his first stats item, so that's going to really come back to bite him. Now down bottom, we do have the Wisp tethering here towards one direction. Brax has 2 points in that Scorched Earth. Now Weaver looking to make a move here onto Vlad. Vlad is going to take some bugs right to the face. He's getting really, really low. A couple more hits should do it. 1 hit, 2 hit. He tethers back to try to get some sort of regen, but won't be able to do so. Now Brax in some trouble. He's going to get poked on by 2. Mason goes in, spraying out that damage. He doesn't have any more bugs to his name, and Mason, he might have to run away from Brax. But no, I think Brax just might be a little overambitious, sandwiching himself between 2 big heroes of Brain Sap. Yeah, I mean, he's got the Scorched Earth, but they're not going to be able to get him down. He's going to be looking for a trade here onto the Weaver, but Weaver goes back through, Sakuchiing in. Vlad might be dead a second time as the Earth Spirit comes back on through. They get the mini stun on him, they get the damage. He's tethering for all he's worth, but he may not be able to get away. He will fall twice in 30 seconds. Now Braxton's in trouble as well. 1 more hit will take him down. It's going to be a double kill down here in the bot lane. Triple kill if you count the Wisp's first death. So things are looking pretty good for Dragneel's offlane.
I have no idea what the plan was there from Shazam. They don't have kill potential on this Weaver with heroes. They just don't. So going aggressive, trying to get the harass, you're against a Bane who's always going to be able to harass better than you as far as 6 go. And Brax did not have his Scorched Earth up that entire time they were running forward. So as soon as the Earth Spirit shows up, screwed. They have no recourse, they just feed. So
Shazam got to tighten up their play a little bit here. Can't be giving those kills to the Weaver, who is a snowball hero in some senses, so don't want to let him get off to a good start. But those kills, 2-0-1, he's been involved in every single kill on the map so far.
Yeah, all the blood concentrated down here in this bot lane or near the bot rune, and Weaver has picked himself up a Void Stone, so it looks like he could be going for a very early Linken's, very typical Weaver build, and it's going to help him a lot with his sustainability, especially up against big right-clicky heroes like the Doom.
Yeah, exactly. And Brax, he's got the wave under his tower now, so we'll get some XP, trying to harass the Weaver yet again. How's he doing compared to Snaking? He's level 4, Snaking almost 6. So the offlane battle's definitely favoring the Dire right now.
Absolutely, and that's never a good sign. Now here in the top lane, we are going to have some sort of initiation on TC. TC, he only has the Feast, no mana for anything else. He's just going to be trying to walk away, maybe stealing some life on the way back. He will be able to get away, as Snake King does not have that Burrow Strike on cooldown. Now there will be a big smoke rotation up, not scudded up by the scan. This could be pretty huge. They're going to find out the Alchemist here. Alchemist is definitely going to be some trouble. Ritsu trying to run away, but he's a frog. He's going to get stuck in place. There's going to be an Earth Spike coming through, and now it looks like they will get down the Alchemist. A much-needed kill, and Queen of Pain gets that one, so she's now 2-0-0. Meanwhile, down bottom, Brax did end up going down a second time as Weaver's able to dive tower. Mason, this guy is having the time of his life.
Yeah, you can see why he favors the Weaver. He's very, very comfortable on the hero, knows its limitations. Now top lane, or mid, they get the Sonic Wave out onto the Earth Spirit, clean him up. And he was rotating in to try and protect this stack, but gets caught out. And the fact that the Radiant know this stack is here now, they get some early vision down into that area. When the Alchemist comes back here to try and farm it, they can just go in again and make that same play.
So, in terms of won and lost lanes, down bottom, Weaver 100% won this lane against the Doom. Mid lane is really looking good for the Queen of Pain. She's now 3-0-0. She's got Vlad to help her out. Top lane, what's going on with the momentum here? It seems like Snake King is doing a more than adequate job holding back TC.
TC's still farming well, though. He's actually got more last hits than the Weaver. And his XP has been a little far behind just because Snake King has this mostly solo lane. But the Lifestealer doing just fine. And the other side of that is that, of course, because even though Ritsu is getting slowed down in lane, Alchemist, one of the best heroes in the game at just going into the jungle and recovering. So, honestly, I feel like this early start favors Dragneel very slightly. But Shazam definitely not in a terrible position. They're just slightly behind.
Oh, up top we are going to have a Hex out onto Snake King. They get the Earth Spike, and that's going to be a dead Sand King. So TC is finally able to pick himself up a kill. He's now 1-0-1. Last hits aren't ideal. Now down bottom, we've got Brax dealing with this pesky bug. Mid lane, we've got even more action as MSS might be in some trouble. There's going to be an Earth Spirit doing what he can, and now maybe a re-engage here as MSS, no ulti, no Scream of Pain, still on cooldown. MSS stays very, very low here. Is going to be bringing in that bottle, looking for some sort of fill, but no. Looks like the Earth Spirit will get to the rune before him and maybe tries to reinitiate on this. MSS will have to back off. He's now playing with fire, looking for this top rune.
Now he's going to find it, fortunately. But it's still not full regen. He's still going to be a little low on health, even if he uses all 3 charges. So he needs that Wisp to go back to base and come back and support him. He's actually, with that double damage, is he maybe looking for a kill top?
I really think he needs regen first. I think he needs to go back home, either bring in his next item, which is he's going to fly a salve. I really like that play there, and now maybe he can look to go top. Another kill on that Sand King would very much lose in the lane and allow TC to get a little bit more free farm.
Yeah, and interesting the Snake King has chosen to go for the Tranquil Boots.
I mean, it is an off-lane Sand King, not the typical support, but
he needs mana so badly. The hero can get mana starved very, very easily.
Oh, mid lane. We've got to roll away as Earth Spirit does not want to tangle with what's going down here as MSS hops back in, still holding on to that DD rune, is going to go straight Ags on the Quap. What do you think of that?
Well, I guess it makes sense. You're against an Alchemist who the best way to deal with him is burst damage. Oh, jumping from MSS.
Just
Goodbye.
get dropped. Now you are going to bring in Mason here. We'll get some decent damage onto TC, and Mason again does have that time lapse, may have to use it to get that open wounds. And now MSS in some serious trouble. Weaver just munching away at him. MSS has to turn this, will be able to go in and at least drive the Weaver back. Gets away with his life. TC, same story. Trying to do what he can with that armlet, but now we lost GG, and some trouble goes in with the Nightmare. Has that release ready to go. TC super, super low health. Will end up taking 2 Weaver right clicks, but again, the armlet toggles will keep him safe, so Shazam really playing with fire here. All their health's dropped very, very low, trying to keep themselves alive. Meanwhile, down bottom, Brax was able to get some pressure onto the bottom lane. But things are a little bit stalled out here for 10 minutes in.
Yeah, and he has recovered. He was about a level behind the Sand King earlier, but because of the attention that's been forced top one, Brax has been able to catch up. Now equal with levels with Snake King, more or less. Actually, Snake King's still almost a level ahead, but Brax has recovered. He's got his Tranquils, Bassi, Maybe going for the Vlad straight up.
Yeah, I think Doom needs to get as tanky as possible, as sustainable as possible, because those 2 deaths, I mean, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but against a Weaver, a notorious snowball hero, allowing for lane pressure on this bottom lane, it's a really big loss, so Brax has to do the best he can to achieve that raid boss status as soon as possible.
Yeah. And worth noting is that even though
The Alchemist is falling behind the Radiant Cores as far as last hits go, well, when you look at the net worth chart, he's right up there with the top 2, so no real concerns for him. He has not really been stalled out at all, and is working on that armlet now slowly. Although they are drawing lines, maybe they look to try and rotate around on him with this smoke.
Yeah, I mean, popping over at his Ancient Pit would be a nice thing, and interesting, the Alchemist just hasn't found the armlet yet, and you mentioned that he has some decent comeback potential, and in lane against Aquap you don't expect him to win, but he is pretty far behind for someone with 4 points in Greevil's Greed. Like, he's sitting with no points in Concoction, not max out Acid Spray, he's gone for that max farming build, but he's not even keeping up with the Lifestealer's farm at this point.
No. It's really not that big a deal, honestly, though.
And both sides are kind of getting what they want out of this early game.
Down bottom. Brax is going to go ahead. There is going to be a relocate gank out. Can Brax live through this? He's silenced up, so he doesn't have that Scorched Earth. Will pop into that Scorched Earth, but still ends up following Vlad as well. The relocate was not successful. Alliance Earth Spike off the mark. Snaking finally going to get munched on. Trying to TP away. Do they have the Hex? They do. They are able to go and get a return kill onto the Sand King. Looks like Earth Spirit will be able to TP out, but they lose Brax for a 3rd time. And the Wisp as well went for a relocate, but just way too ambitious. This will allow Radiant to go ahead and push this bottom tower, but still very costly.
Yeah, a really nice ultimate from Snaking, securing that one, realizing he had the space to go for it, and enabling him basically 2 more or less solo kills. The Earth Spirit was there, but didn't really contribute that much as far as damage goes.
Brax, buddy, just TP's right into a Fiend's Grip, and now he's in some serious trouble. He's going to be going through. He does have that Scorched Earth up in 10 seconds. It's going to pop the Doom onto We Lost GG, who will end up going down. Looks like Brax will live through this courtesy of Wisp's regen, but that was almost really, really bad for the Doom.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like that Doom was a bit of just an angry Doom.
Definitely.
It wasn't necessary to get the kill because the rest of his team was all there, but he was just, no, you're going down. You are not taking my life. I've died one too many times this game. Screw you, buddy. And they will secure the kill, but maybe a little bit of overcommitment from Shazam here.
I mean, what you call overcommitment, we call kills secured. Now, we are going to have a Haste Weaver up in the top lane, and Weaver getting very close to that Lincoln Sphere, actually a little bit too close for comfort, as he's had a very easy game so far. 3-0-1, 3rd on the net worth chart. TC going to be TPing down bottom, trying to get the kill onto Snake King, who has effectively taken over this long lane for the Dire.
Yeah, everyone back to where they maybe should have been originally with all the lane shenanigans that were going on. And as far as farm goes, TC's starting to fall a little bit behind now. He hasn't died yet, but all these rotations that have been forced by Dragneel's movements mean that he is starting to suffer. He's behind the Weaver, behind the Alchemist, who has now secured the top position in net worth. Looks like we may be looking at a multi-hero smoke, from Dragneel. They're heading towards bottom, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, they're looking for something. They want to go in on this bottom tower. A kill on TC would be fantastic, and the Lion's there to back him up, which is scary. He does have a lot of damage and a lot of lockdown, but probably not enough, and now that the Radiant are pushed up so far, this is going to be good. As Mason, he's going on, slithering through. Fun doesn't have any sort of sentry vision on him, and now this could be very, very deadly. All of the Dire are going to reveal at once. Snake King's there, does have his ulti at the ready. They're going to be throwing in, they get the immediate silence onto the Lion. Now TC trying to do what he can. There's a Fiend's Grip here. They're unloading everything for this guy. Looks like Lifestealer will pop down there. It's going to be a relocate back in. The rest of the Radiant come through. There's going to be a Queen of Fate ultimate. It will get someone cleared up. They do take out the Earth Spirit now on the backlines. They are looking for the Weaver here. Vlad getting very, very low. One more hit would secure his kill. On the backlines, it's going to be a Burrow Strike. Relocate out will save the Weaver's life. Now TC pops into that rage form, going on to We Lost GG. Might be able to get the kill. They will get the kill. So far it's going to be a 1 for 2. Can they find anyone on cleanup crew? Snake King will be able to TP out on the backlines. I think that's going to be it for the fight. So it could have been disastrous for the Radiant. Ends up turning in their favor.
Yeah, the fact that the IO has a level 6,
Level 7 now, actually.
if IO had not had the ultimate online, that would have been completely disastrous. But the entire team rotates in on very short notice, and they got a couple of really nice turnaround kills. And TC needs to stay alive here.
He is really their only actual real carry.
Brax.
Brax. I mean, he goes in, he gets the tower, but at what cost? He's gonna get slammed up, even through the Scorched Earth. There's no way he lives through that. Mason will pick himself up a mega kill streak, 5-0-1, on the snowballiest hero in the game. If you're Shazam, how do you put the brakes on the Weaver?
Their options are a little limited because he's had such a good start. I mean, that early Lincoln Sphere is really going to mess them up as far as controlling him. They need to have a lot of Sentry Vision down, but I mean, you look at the net worth on these Radiant supports. Lion sitting only at 916 net worth. He is very far behind. So that Vision may be a little slow to come out.
Alright, man, this could get ugly here. There is going to be a blink in. Nice strike, and they're going in for the epicenter. Now Fun just getting completely silenced up, completely smacked down. Lion goes down. There is going to be a blink away. Relocate out from the Wisp, but Wisp looks like they have Fiend's Grip. They're popping the Bane ulti for this little star, and it should be successful. We lost GG, goes in. Nice Brain Staff will save his life. There's going to be a Magnetize doing some serious work. MSS is the next to fall. Looks like Brax will get Unstable Concoction down. Snake King going through with that Sandstorm will save his life for now. Now they're going to be going in. They're looking for more life steals inside a creep. He hops out. He's at full health, but I think they have the tools to bring him down, even underneath his own tier 1 tower. There's going to be a Burrow Strike in, and TC is not long for this world. It's going to be a full team wipe for nothing. Dragneel, they commit their ult, but they get exactly what they wanted. A tier 1 will go their way as well. This is going to be huge here. Dragneel have just taken a gigantic lead in this game.
Yeah, and a lot of that just down to some excellent support play from We Lost GG and KYH. The amount of control this team has
is pretty exceptional. Everyone contributes to that except for the Weaver. And I feel like you saw with the relocate back, Vlad, he brought the Queen of Pain back, but only just back under the tower. He thought that they'd be able to turn and fight, but with the Magnetize dropping on so many heroes, with the silence and the stuns controlling them up, and Sand King just being able to initiate with that Blink Dagger over and over again, really catching them off guard, and they lose a huge amount of gold as a result. That team fight happening, or team wipe rather, happening this early in the game means it'll be about a 7k advantage for Dragneel at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that is just a plummet in terms of net worth, and Alchemist is getting very, very close to that Radiance, has himself a relic, needs about 1,000 more gold on top of that. Meanwhile, mid lane, the creeps were able to take out this mid tower. You've got Brax sitting here patrolling the army, and there's going to be a nice rotation through. You've got a smoke up from MSS and Fun looking for something here in this top lane. The heroes are just kind of split apart. I think we may see the pace of the game revolve around these huge pulses of 5-man team fights and wipes, and then split up and farm and look for clues, and no one really wants to tangle with each other constantly, because this is a very ultimate dependent lineup.
Yeah, they were looking for the Alchemist.
If they'd been able to find him and bring him down, that would have been a huge kill, but he's got his Radiance online now. He was on the other side of the map, unfortunately for them. And it looks like it may just be a tier 1 for Roche trade, a classic. But a Radiance on, an Aegis on this Alchemist, or potentially even the Weaver, is going to make pushing the tier 2s a lot easier for Dragneel, and this is a concern for Shazam, as they are falling further and further behind, and with an Aegis, they don't have an answer to Dragneel's teamfight.
Alright, so the Aegis will go the way of the Weaver. That makes that bug even harder to kill. Arguably, with that time lapse, you've got 3 lives. Oh man, Brax getting punished. They know someone's there, but they're not sure who. They drop the Magnetize, and Brax will end up taking down the Scoochie, doing some damage. He's sitting there. He's just waiting for death. There's nothing he can do, and Earth Spirit will end up taking that kill. So that's going to be KYH scoring a decent KDA at this point, 4, 3, and 8. He's got very high kill participation and feeling good about that one. It cost him his ulti, but definitely worthwhile.
That was just so funny to watch. Poor Brax. He pops the Shadow Amulet, sits in place, but the Earth Spirit spotted him there, silences him up, drops everything on him, and the rest of the team, they've got enough AoE control damage that they don't need to see him to kill him. He does fall, and he has not had a good big game on this dude. 1, 6, and 4.
Really rough start.
And I've seen this guy be such a monster on a Doom, but in this game he just never quite came online. Putting a Doom against a Weaver is always a recipe for a bad time, but TC has found himself his first big item. He's picked up the Echo Saber. What do you think of that?
After the armlet, it's pretty common.
Like I said earlier, you need burst against the Alchemist. You need to kill him before his rage goes off, and the same's true for the Weaver as well. They have very limited control for him, so they need to be able to burst him down while that control's out. And the extra damage from the Echo Saber, not to mention the healing it gives him as well, is really, really nice. Whether it'll be enough is a different question, but at least it's a start.
Yeah, definitely a start here, but looking at the net worth breakdowns, he's still got a way to go to keep up with that Weaver, to keep up with that Alchemist, who now, after a very rough mid, has hit his stride. He's got the recipe for the Boots of Travel. He's going into what looks like a Manta next, and he's going to be fully slotted to go in and start taking these very aggressive team fights pretty shortly.
Yeah.
And this is one of the problems with running a lifestealer in the one position.
He's a great hero right now.
He's had some really good results, but I feel like his best results
come when he's backed up by another right-click carry. If he gets shut down, he really has a hard time carrying the game by himself. And MSS, he's doing a great job. He's got his eggs online, 5-1 and 3 on him. But late game, a Quap against these tanky cores, there's only so much you can do.
Alright, so it looks like we've got a split up here. Dragneel focusing on the Radiant Tier 2, the rest of Shazam focusing on this Dire Tier 2, and now there will be a rotation back as Dragneel do not want to let this go without a fight, and they think they can get the jump. MSS is still sitting on the ulti, but speaking of ultis, we've got Snaking just roaming in. Will end up popping the Lion for like the 4th time this game, and MSS, running for his life, does have that Sonic Wave, opting just to blink to safety, does not want to mess. TC, the same, will just go TP out, so really nothing going Shazam's way. They end up losing their tower down bottom. They don't get a significant amount of damage up top, and they're all forced to run away.
Yeah, and Snaking,
this is
him showing the strength of the off-lane Sand King. This hero with an early blink and a Force Staff provides incredible control during a team fight.
And with that 4 points up in Caustic Finale, a lot more damage than you expect. So
he's been able to do so much in these fights as far as just controlling up heroes. I mean, those 2 kills top were more or less solo kills for the Sand King. He did 90% of the work there.
Relocate back in up top. There is going to be a stun here onto MSS, but it won't last long enough. Can they cancel the TV? Is okay. They're going to unload everything for it, but certainly worthwhile as they get the Alk down for a minute. And MSS has that Aghanim Scepter, so the ulti won't be that long of a cooldown. Now mid lane, we are going to have Brax once again Shadow Amuleted up. I don't think they got him out this time.
And that kill on the Alchemist was a 2,000 gold swing, 2,000 XP swing.
Damn.
So the problem with the farmed Alk, if you can actually bring him down, it gives you a lot.
They'll need to do that a few more times, but it's a nice start.
Oh no, is Brax going to get caught out yet again?
Or Lion, you know, just getting completely sucked dry, good god. Now we are going to have Mason here, looking for something. Brax in some trouble, they know he's there, he's silenced up, he's wandering around, and they are able to get down the Aegis of the Weaver. Queen of Pain commits another ulti, so she's not holding back. She's just very trigger happy. Now there is going to be a boulder kicked on into the mid lane, but nothing happening of it just yet. Meanwhile, there is going to be a decent amount of split push from TC up top.
Yeah, this is something you see very often from Shazam when they get off to a bad early start. Is TC just goes, okay guys, I'm going to AFK split push lanes for the next hour. See you when we win. And it actually works out for them more often than not. But Lifestealer, it is a hero who can do it relatively safely, but they do have, like we mentioned earlier, a lot of control on Dragneel, so he's got to play pretty cautiously in order not to feed too many times while he's doing this. And he is going for a Desolator as well. So he doesn't have a lot of attack speed, except thanks to that Echo Saber. So this is a kind of build of, we're behind, I need to be able to pressure towers while my team distracts attention elsewhere.
So Brax fell victim there. There was a sentry ward, so he wasn't so sneaky there with his Shadow Blade. There is going to be Fiend's Grip committed. They are just munching on him from all sides. This will be another kill onto the Doom. Brax now 1 and 8. He really needs to stick with his team.
Yeah, he is not having a great day at all. They're sitting under level 10 at 23 minutes on an off-lane Doom. It just doesn't get much worse than this for this hero.
A really awful showing, and it's not really all his fault. There's only so much he can do at this point in the game.
He's just trying to farm up and fun. Goodbye.
That's like the 5th time, I want to say. Yeah, the 5th time Lion's just been picked off all on his own. He's desperately trying to make up for something. Now we are going to have a Rage up from TC trying to TP out. Looks like they will be able to get that through on the backlines. However, we do have Wisp going through. No way to cancel that as well. So both Wisp and TC not going to be punished for their very aggressive positioning. It's just the Lion that time and time again just gets completely plopped.
Yeah, it's a problem. And it's especially a problem because they need money to be able to deward their side of the map. They keep getting caught out by aggressive vision from Dragneel. There's amazing pickup potential on the Dragneel heroes, but because the Lion is so poor, they don't really have the money for that kind of vision control. And they will go for a smoke now. Maybe they can get a turnaround, get fun back in the game.
They've got a long path here, probably walking up through the river. They may get this haste turn, and that could be a nice tool to go in on things. And even if Shazam get the perfect initiation, I'm not sure that they're going to completely wipe Dragneel. Now, they do use a scan to reveal that at least someone was standing right about here, and they know where to rotate back in, but at this point, Dragneel, they've all grouped up and gone back on their own accord, and it looks like they're sitting on the smoke as well. No, they're just grouping up, and now, okay, this could be pretty big. We are going to have some blinks in. The smoke breaks, they know. Oh, the sentry goes in. Brax, he's stuck. There's going to be an amazing impale. Oh, God. Everyone's just melting. The Magnetize being used to its full advantage. So far, it's going to be a 3-for-1. They get the support, but they lose everyone. Now, Snake King, waddling away for his life, might be victim here. It's going to go onto Vlad. TC on the backlines takes an unstable concoction. He has his armlet, but it's not doing anything. The Wisps try to help him out, won't be successful. Another 5-man wipe on the side of Shazam. Dragneel, they lose their support Earth Spirit, but worthwhile trade for everyone dead on Shazam.
Poor Brax. That guy just can't catch a break. He goes for the initiation with the Shadow Blade, walks right under a sentry in front of the entire team, and off the back of that, the entire team just falls apart. Dragneel were in a perfect position to punish that movement, and they do it hard. Now they'll take probably at least one, if not two tier 2s off the back of this, as out pushing in mid by himself. And he's got Mantis down now. He is very far ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the overall net worth, he's almost doubling up the Lifestealer's farm, and Lifestealer definitely doing his best here. Speaking of doing his best, we've got Brax going to be going in. Again, just gets nightmared up by the Bane. There will be a relocate away as MSS is ready to dunk everything onto the Bane, has the ultimate at the ready if they need. We lost GG, does not have a TP out, will get fingered from the back lines. Lion gets his revenge. But I don't think that's enough of a foothold for Shazam to get back in this.
I mean, it was a killing spree, so it was worth the kill. I mean, it's a support Bane kill, and it's still 1,000 gold swing and a 1,600 XP. I mean, that's crazy, but completely worth it. The only problem is they need to do that like 10 more times before they even have a chance of being back in this. And Snake King now working on an Aghanim Scepter after the Aether Lens, so he is farmed as anything. Actually only sitting about 1,000 gold behind the mid-quap. And a Sand King with these kind of items can absolutely dominate a game.
Yeah, and he is definitely getting his work done here. 3, 3, 11, all those epicenters have been super, super on point. Those burrow strikes as well. Very nice counter to the Lion, because, you know, Lion's big strength is, you know, I've got that long distance disable with the Earth Spike, but Snake King has one too.
Yeah, and he has a Blink and a Force Staff, whereas the Lion has nothing. They may be able to catch out the Weaver here. They pop the Lincolns, but they don't get the Doom off.
Oh, he reveals again. That time they're going to go for the Doom. No holds barred. They get the Infernal Blade as well. MSS spraying out the damage. There is going to be the Earth Spirit on the back lines. He's going to be rolling away there as the Weaver does end up falling. That is over 1,000 gold going right in Brax's bank account, and that's going to finish off his Silver Edge if he wants to go for that route, or his Vlads if he wants to dip down that path.
Yeah, the fact that the Doom got it, really nice. That was in total a 2,500 gold swing and a 3k XP swing off the back of that one kill. And it looked like he was going to get away for a second, but the Orchid was there to make sure he couldn't get another Sakuchi off. So they do get him in the end, and well worth it. A hugely important kill for Shazam to find at this point.
Absolutely. So slowly but surely, Shazam are crawling back into this. There is going to be a nice burrow strike out. Sand King does not want to get junked down here, and there is going to be that Sandstorm to get him a brief moment of invisibility, and there is going to be the Satyr Blast tossed out by Brax, but not able to catch up to Snake King. Again, we talked about the Force Staff and the Blink. So mobile on this guy.
Yeah, and when he gets the Axe as well, he can initiate from the other side of the map. There's no way they can counter his ultimate when that item comes online, so nice build-up. And MSS forced to commit an ultimate just for a couple of Alk illusions.
Yeah, I was wondering what you screamed at. I thought Elk was far back, so she's going to get back here. We do have Mason now looking towards, well, he has an Ogre Club, so it looks like a BKB on the Weaver, and combined with the Lincolns, combined with just the raw stats from the Aquila and Treads, a BKB is going to make this bug nearly unkillable.
Absolutely, yeah. It's an answer to everything except for the Doom. And because the Doom is so far behind, it's really tough for him to get in front of these engagements and find the kills. Like that's only the second successful Doom he's had this entire game. Because he keeps on dying before the fight even starts or picked off on his own.
Alright, we've got another Roche attempt coming out here. It's really going to be only the Alk and the Weaver in the pit. Everyone else standing on the sidelines waiting for some sort of counter-initiation. They're going to be dropping their scan here, making sure there's no Radiant heroes waiting on the ramp, but Radiant, they are either not keen to this or want nothing to do with it, because they are just going to leave the Alk to go ahead and let Weaver go ahead and pick up the Aegis. So, another clean Aegis, the way of Dragneel. No fights around the pit, no nothing. And Can Shazam win this by split push alone?
Well, you've got an IO. So relocate late game. There's always the potential to go for some kind of base trade scenario. Lifestealer with his current item build, pretty decent at taking out buildings fast. Co-op can clear waves relatively quickly, but
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, taking a game late against an alchemist who's farming this well is never safe. And it should be mentioned that there are absolutely fantastic Aghanims heroes this game. So Ritsu not going to be capped out for a very long time. He's going for probably an Assault class next, although it could be a Shiva's potentially. And then he'll start hanging out with those Ags. And, you know, you put an Ags on the Weaver, that's a 20-second cooldown ultimate that he can use on his allies. He can put the Alchemist on the front lines.
Frax.
Not again.
Well, they are going to bring an MSS here. They have some serious turnaround potential. They get an ultimate out to 3, but there's going to be a time lapse up on the weave. They immediately pick up the Queen of Pain. Oh, this could have been great, but instead it just involves MSS dying. Brax does get away. They're going to find Vlad on the back lines. He's going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place and has to choose who he wants to die to. He will end up going with the Alchemist, and that gives Alchemist enough to finish off the Octarine core and have another 1,200 on top of that.
Yeah, and the Dire Vision has just been too on point this game. Brax, with that Shadowblade pickup, has not been able to find anything. Once again, he walks under a sentry, and once again, it causes his team to lose big. And now, the Bane picks up a gem, so it's in the stash for now. He's not carrying it yet, but, I mean, that nullifies the Doom even further than he already was.
Yeah, there's going to be another tower cleanup here. So all the outer towers are now down on the side of Shazam's map. So at this point, we're at high ground defense. I want to say Shazam have a decent defense. They've got the Scorcher from the Doom. They've got Lion and his spells. They've got the Queen of Pain, but I just don't know if it's enough at this point.
Yeah, my problem right now is because they're behind, they don't have the burst to deal with Ritsu. Well, you look at the Sonic Wave. It takes Ritsu down maybe 15% HP, which he then immediately regens up, and that's their most significant burst. They can also commit the Finger, but you know, if they use all of their spells on the Alchemist and he doesn't die, then they've got nothing left, and the Weaver can just run rampant. And you saw there, the Alch goes on high ground, takes the tower, does half damage to the melee racks, and they can't do anything to stop him. Literally no answer.
Now TC is going to take some bugs here, and they're looking for something to get a silence off on him and effectively force him back. That's enough to take out this Rax. This full set of Rax might just be enough. Man, ooh, this is looking bad. Brax, once again, just gets completely creamed down. TC doing his best. He hops inside a Siege Creep, hops back out. There's going to be a decent-sized stun, and on the backlines there is going to be a Fiend's Grip. Relocate out from the Wisp. Has to relocate from his high ground to his own base. This is not looking good. I would expect the GG to be called any minute now. Queen of Pain, she's got the buyback, and is going to hold on to it for now, but it's going to cost her a second lane of racks unless she gets back into the fight right now. I think we're nearing the end. If we look at the overall gold, we are now over 20,000, almost 30,000 gold in favor of Dragneel, and the GG comes out.
There it is.
We're going to go into game number 2 of the ProDota Season 6 upper bracket semifinals. Good golly, we are in for a treat here. Dragneel take game 1, Shazam looking to go ahead and take game 2. Again, winner of this series will move on to the grand finals.
Yeah, and I hope that Shazam can put together a bit of a better draft for Game 2. I do feel like they got outdrafted a little bit here. But Game 2, we'll hop into it as fast as possible. Neither of these teams want to hang around, so we'll be back in just a couple minutes, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't go anywhere.